Welcome back to Digi Bros, everybody. Victor, do you have a topic, or should I bring up another one?
You go with the topic. We did a whole episode of my topic.
Alright, I'm trying to decide if I should go for a heavy one or the dumbest one on my list.
I'd be in the mood for a dumb one right now.
Well, you wouldn't have any contribution.
Can I just say I love this fucking temple? Like, this is my favorite final dungeon in a Zelda game, I think.
But you won't have any
Cool as
contribution
shit.
till the dumb
I just love this
one.
atmosphere of, like, the fog and the rain.
Do you hear me?
Okay.
Do you want me to do that, or do you
I
want me
don't
to do it
know.
and you'll have contribution? Alright, you know what? We're going to go for a heavy one.
Oh,
Alright.
God. Heavy rain.
This one is labeled as Friends versus Incidental Series of Conversations.
Uh-huh. Oh, God.
Do you think there's a difference between a friend and an incidental series of conversations?
Define incidental series of conversation.
Someone who out of the maybe you have less of these because you mostly talk to people in offline.
I think I know what you're getting at.
Sometimes on Skype, someone I don't talk to a lot will say something like, "Hey, I just finished this show that they know I like." We have a conversation about that show that spirals into talking about more things.
Yes.
We have a nice, meaty conversation, and then I don't talk to them again for 6 months. Is that a friend?
I would call that an acquaintance. Which I understand this. I do have this a lot with people at school, where it's like, we had this bonding time once,
Right?
and I don't talk to you anymore. And it's like, if you're not someone I actively pay attention to, I don't really think of you as a friend as much as like maybe a coworker, acquaintance kind of thing.
Like, it's interesting for me because like there's a lot of people that I think of as like, yeah, that guy's my friend.
The definition of friend is really too loose. I wish there were more words.
We've talked about this on the show before.
Yeah.
How we both think it's like really weird to determine what is a friend and what isn't.
Yeah.
You know? But like for me, like when I think of my friends, like my friends,
Yeah.
they're people I talk to about nothing.
Exactly.
Like that's the difference to me. Like if I've had a lot of meaningful conversations with you about something,
then I don't know you that well. It's really the thing. Because as soon as you know someone really well, you don't have shit to talk about anymore. Because you know.
But then you talk about everything else.
Yes.
And the reason that you're their friend is that you can say something fucking retarded and they totally get where you're coming from.
Yes.
You know? And that's, like, for me with online friends, that's the horseshoe crew.
Yes.
The reason that we all hang out, we don't have, like, I mean, we do have meaningful conversations.
But not every conversation is a deep conversation.
But, like, when I talk to the horseshoe crew, I can go in there and I could be like, man, look at how fucking stupid this video is. And then we can all sit there and rag on this stupid video. It's not important, you know? Like, if you're the kind of person who I would send you that and you'd be like, why the hell do I care? You know? Then it's like, that's when I question, are we, like, friends, you know? Like, a friend, like a true friend is someone who I talk to about dumb bullshit.
Yes.
Like, you know, and, like,
about every stupid fucking thought that comes into your head that has no significance to anything.
Yeah, and that's what makes it weird, like, you know, I get a lot of people who want to be my friend.
Yes.
Who will say, like, hey, man, you seem like you'd be really cool to talk to. Like, you'd be really interesting. We'd be able to have great conversations.
Yeah.
And
I feel like a lot of people don't just have really good conversations with many people, and so when you do that, then they think you're friends, and they think you've had this bond, and it's like,
Well, I'm not even talking about. I'm talking about before that. Like people I haven't even talked to. People message me at times and say, like, I think we'd have really interesting conversations. You know, do you want to add me on Skype? And I always ignore these messages because, like, I'm not interested in having interesting conversations, really. Because, like, if I want to have an interesting conversation about a subject, I can find someone who I know is interested in that subject, and I can talk to them about it, right? Like. But only, like, when it comes to my friends, they're people who I'll talk to about something that maybe isn't interesting, you know? How do I put it? Like, okay, if I want to talk about the deep themes of some anime I just watched, I'll contact an anime analyst. I'll contact Goat Jesus. I'll contact Nino, you know, like, these people I know. Both of them, I would, like, if I was asked, are those guys your friends? I'd say, yeah, they're my friends. But I don't really talk to them that much, you know? I talk to them when I have something to talk about. When it's like, hey, Goat Jesus, I just watched Ava. You love Ava. We can have a deep conversation about Ava.
But you wouldn't be able to talk to them without a subject, is basically what it is.
Yeah, I wouldn't just come to them like, hey, look at this dumb shit, you know? So, like, when I come to the Horseshoe Crew in the chat, because we talk all day, every day, and it's just whatever, you know? Like, I just took a shit, and it was 20 inches long, and then Give and Take will make a pun about my shit, you know? Like, that's the kind of... That's friendship.
That is friendship,
making puns
indeed.
about my shit I took, you know?
Yes.
Like... So, yeah, like, to me, if we've had a lot of meaningful conversations, I mean, I'm not going to say you're not my friend, because that sounds weird, you know, but, like, when I think
That's
of
another
my
thing, it's
friends,
like, you can't just be like... You can't just deny that someone's your friend, it sucks.
Right, you can't...
Like, you feel like you're
do
offending them somehow, and it's like, I don't want to be a dick. We just don't hang out, we're not close.
But the word friend is so flippant now, like Facebook friend, you know?
Exactly.
Like, but
gross.
like, yeah, it's odd, you know. And I this came to me after I had a conversation with a guy who's a brony musician who I'm friends with, not Jeff Burgess. He's closer to a real friend because he'll talk to me about some dumb shit, you know.
Yes.
Or I shouldn't say real friend, but like a deeper, you know, like we talk all the time on pub crawl. So like he can message me like, I'm super drunk, and I'm like, okay, cool, you know. But like a brony musician I'm friends with, we got into this long conversation about anime, and it was really cool, and I was like, okay, clearly we can relate on a lot of things. But like, I wouldn't talk to that guy about the shit I just took.
Yes.
You know? It's just, it was not that kind of friend. You know? And so, to me, I was like, this guy is less a friend and more an incidental series of conversations.
Yes.
Like, every so often, we happen to have a conversation topic, and we discuss it. And, like, the problem is, when I have people like that, I'm okay with that, but I don't know if they're okay with that. Like, does this person wish we were closer, or, you know, do they wish we were, are they fine with how it is?
Shit.
You know, I'm always wondering things like that because I get those people who are like, we'd have cool conversations, and it's like, I'm not. Do I want to have cool conversations? Like I'm a busy guy.
Pretty good.
You know, like.
That's okay.
Yeah.
There's a parallel universe where we're having a great time, and you know,
good friends.
Why do I keep fucking rolling out of that?
I don't know.
Stupid. I'm trying to hit cancel to go back when I swing it, but it's making me roll. Maybe I just can't cancel.
I don't think you need to. Just walk.
You get back to move. There we go.
So yeah. I guess that's all I had to say about that. I don't really know if there's more to go on there.
Yeah.
It was just like, I was just thinking about
I don't like having friends.
Like, especially my offline friends. Like, I don't talk to them about anything. You know, like, we just hang out. That's why we're friends.
Just friends. We've always been friends, and therefore we will always be friends.
They're not my friends because we have interesting conversations. They're my friends because they're there. You know? So... I don't know if that's better or worse. I don't think having interesting conversations is as valuable as other people think.
Yeah, it's really not.
You know, like
I guess if you learned something, that's great. But it's like I don't live to have interesting conversations.
Yeah, I do enjoy all the interesting conversations I have. You know, like someone who I would consider a friend who I do have a lot of conversations with is Neil X. Like he's a dude who me and him talk all the time, and most of what we have are pretty deep conversations about things. You know. But we just like always have something to talk about, you know, and he's like me, he can't ever shut up. So if you get him started on a topic, he'll go on about it for 9 years, you know,
forever and ever.
But like, if it was someone like our friends who were just hanging out with Donson and Mike, I don't have shit to talk about with them. They're both quiet, you know, like we hang out and we do things and we have we pass time, and that's friendship. And I don't think that's less deep or meaningful. It's we're playing a video game together, you know, like this is how we want to spend our fucking time.
Yes, you're just relaxing.
Not all of my time has to be used on
things.
things that are good or interesting or
You just want to chill.
All right, that's that topic. You have another topic?
They were on their day off from work, you know? They don't want to do anything super complicated.
Do you have a 10-minute topic?
A 10-minute topic?
Yeah, do you have a
10-minute topic, Gorilla God? Okay.
A 10-minute topic, Gorilla God.
I think there's a puzzle.
What's in your phone, man?
Oh!
Oh!
All of the bats in here, baby!
Bats! 1.5 million. A number
bats.
undermining how they duck and dive different.
Alright, let me get out my phone before I do this puzzle.
I know I've made that bat joke
On the
like
phone,
100
on the
times
phone, on
this
the
show.
what? Okay. Alright, I feel like I need to like check these off or something.
If anybody doesn't get why I start
Okay,
singing...
here's a short topic. I don't know how long this conversation will
finish
go.
my sentence. If anybody doesn't get why I start singing every time bats are on screen, look up the song Bats by The Uncluded. I always break out into that whenever there's a bat swarm on this show. I've been
Didn't notice you were even doing that.
I've done it since the first Zelda
I mean, I
game.
assumed you were just being a dipshit, you know, or whatever.
Alright, what's your topic?
Okay. I'm on Facebook.
Okay.
And like some older guy posts this video,
Oh no.
and he said something about like rap music on it, and like he's excited about this shit. I'm like, all right, I'll click this video. It has to do with hip hop.
What older guy do you know on Facebook?
I mean, I know film people.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, so I click it, and it's like, it's some fucking hype video about like there's this like 17-year-old kid who entered this like contest to like meet a hip hop producer or whatever, and it turns out this kid's like a total genius, and like he's really into like all this old school hip hop, and he's like he passes his time by reading the dictionary, and so he's like a master of like language and all this wordplay and shit, and then it's just like this hip hop producer guy just like hyping this kid up and being like, oh, he's gonna fucking, you know, reawaken the golden age of hip hop, and his stuff is so great, and it's just like he's as good as like all these old great rappers, and then he has to go on to, you know, totally trash on all modern rap and be like, oh, nothing is artistic, nothing is creative anymore, there's nothing good out there, it's all garbage, and that's where it started to piss me off, where it's like, so basically what they're getting at is that this kid sounds like old rap music, and therefore he is better than new rap music, because new rap music is not inventive and it sucks. So it's like, so this kid is better. I can't figure out this puzzle while I'm talking.
Going back in time,
yeah,
is
this
better.
This
than
kid
going
is
forward.
better going back in time than going forward in time. It's like, well, his music is gonna end up being less inspired and less creative than the tons of inspired, creative, awesome rap music that's coming out today. That these people don't seem to understand, I guess.
What is the puzzle here? Like,
it's I have to light the torches in the right order, but I don't know where to go to like find the order.
The statues, everything.
Yeah, I could just take out all the torches or something.
No.
But yeah,
so
and I'm just like I hate that.
Did they ever play the kid's rap? Like,
yeah, I mean he has a good voice and he has a good flow, but it's just like they're making his album now, and like it's gonna come out like sometime this year or next year or something. But I'm just like,
yeah, I mean,
like way to shit on all of the rap music that's actually good. That's kind of underground, you know.
Look, man, I can't listen to people talk about music who don't listen to music.
And then this is like a, you know, old producer guy. It's like, you probably just don't appreciate any of the new music.
Right. Well, he's probably never heard of fucking Rat King or Earl.
But even stuff like Kendrick Lamar is super mainstream. And like his stuff, his new album is very inventive and creative and like totally different. And it's like, where are you that you don't know the new Kendrick album? Right. Like, if you're into hip hop, if you're a fucking hip hop producer, like, you've heard this shit. Not everything is garbage.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure the vast majority of shit is garbage, but, you know, there's always, like, good stuff out there.
This is not quite the same argument, but, I have in my brain cataloged every single time our dad has said something about music.
Oh yes. Is there like a jewel right here
that made me cringe? I have like a cringe thread in my head of everything my dad has said about music. Now,
he truly knows.
For starters, we have the quote that puts everything into context, which was on Christmas like 3 years ago when we did Agriwood Day, which is my made-up holiday for the band Agalodge. I think it was that day. Whichever one it was, we were listening to the White EP by Agalodge.
Yes.
And Dad said, I don't hear music.
Uh-huh.
He said that he can't, like music to him just passes through one ear and out the other because he's too busy thinking, and he can't think and pay attention to the music at the same time. So he doesn't hear music, is how he put it. Now, when someone admits that they don't know... This must be how Devu feels when I talk about politics.
Oh, God, yes.
Because he thinks he knows so much shit about it, and he thinks I know nothing about it. So when I say I don't know anything about politics, and then I talk about politics anyways, this must be how Devu feels.
Of course.
Because Dad has openly said he doesn't know anything about music, he can't hear music, he doesn't care about music, but he keeps making statements about music.
Yes.
That make me want to cry. Billy Joe Armstrong is the greatest musician of all time. Dad quote. Billy Joe Armstrong, the lead singer of
Frame
Green
it, put
Day,
it on the wall.
Of Green Day.
Yes.
Greatest songwriter of all time. Recently,
here we go.
We were in the car, you were there for this, and Bohemian Rhapsody was on.
Yes.
And he said, they could never make shit like this nowadays. And we were like, what do you mean? And he's like, like something that's like this, like inventive and like out there. And we were just like, it's Bohemian Rhapsody. Like, I mean, yeah, it for a song that's as big as it was, yeah, it's pretty out there. Like, I'll give it that. It's a pretty out there song for being as big as it was. But everything I listen to is as out there as that.
Yes.
Not all of it's popular, so you probably haven't heard it, But Bohemian Rhapsody is not the weirdest song of all time. Like, it's just, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't deal with it, man. And then I spent the whole time, like, trying to think of something that, like, I could, like, something that's popular, that's that out there, that I could bring up. Of course, nothing sprang to mind immediately.
Yeah.
Because nothing will ever be as popular as that song. It's been around for 50 years, so not... I don't know, how long ago? Probably the 80s, maybe? So 30 years, 40 years?
Yeah. I'm gonna feel like such a fucking dipshit when I figure this puzzle out.
Yeah, you are.
This is painful.
I feel like a dipshit watching you do
I probably
this.
need to light, like, one torch and the door opens, and I just haven't been hearing the sound of the door opening or something. Now I need to go fucking fill up my shit again. Bear with me, people.
Yeah.
Hip-hop is cool.
So...
Old people suck.
Yeah, it's always annoying when people say that about... It's always hip-hop.
Yeah.
It's always hip-hop.
It really always is.
It's always... All the modern hip-hop is trash, because...
Because the shit they play the most on the radio is trash,
But even... It's not always that bad.
I mean, I've heard some bad shit, you know?
There's plenty of bad shit, and there's plenty of, like, the dumb meme shit that gets popular. But, like, even some of that, like, Bitch You Guessed It is not a bad song.
I know. Like, even that's pretty, like,
It's a hilarious meme song, but it's really inventive, and weird.
Yeah.
It's not a terrible song. Old people, man.
Yeah, they suck. They just don't understand our young hip-hoppity music.
I can't wait for us to be old enough that we don't understand anything.
Yeah. It's gonna be
I already don't understand, like, I Love McConan and shit, but, like, you'll never hear me say that, like, for me, it'll always be artists. Like, that artist, I don't understand. I can't see ever getting to a point where I'm like, all hip-hop these days is garbage.
Yeah.
And before he could even really go in, I was like, you just gotta look at the root.
Exactly.
And where it comes from, you know what I'm saying? Like, the average 22, 23, 24-year-old rapper, totally different from Biggie and Pac, Yeah, this is a reference to the opening song of Rat King's album So It Goes, where a guy has this conversation. Sporting Life, the producer, has this.
Why does that one burn out immediately? What's the order here?
Oh, they stay lit for different amounts of time.
Oh, I'm just supposed to light them in this order, which lasts the longest. Okay.
Second one doesn't stay on.
Oh! I wasn't paying enough attention.
Ancient Chinese secret.
I thought to be fast. Yeah! Sorry, guys, that I spent like 15 minutes doing this.
Oh man, is that the end of the
this
episode
basic
too?
fucking puzzle?
That is the end of the episode.
And next time on Digi Bros, we do a different puzzle.
Which is less stupid.
Hell yeah.